The cinematic narratives we've discussed so far have centered around people living with HIV and then dying from it. Personally, I think the most impressive, visceral, and expansive cinematic experience to deal with HIV and AIDS was produced by HBO in 2003. Based on the two-part stage play by Tony Kushner, I'm talking about what director Mike Nichols described as being in heaven a little early, his filmed version of Angels in America. If you haven't yet seen this, then please just drop what you're doing and go watch it. It's on HBO, the whole thing. If you have seen Angels, then you're probably aware of its scope. This epic story weaves together the lives of Mormons, Republicans, liberals, gay Mormons, Valium addicts, guilty and self-congratulating intellectuals, the ghost of Ethel Rosenberg, and Prior Walter, a waspy young gay man who has recently developed his first lesions.
See?
That's just a burst blood vessel.
Not according to the best medical authorities.
This is a story about a bygone era that has perhaps been too quickly forgotten. Set in 1986 during the height of Reaganism, the Cold War, and the emerging hole in the ozone layer, Kushner's America is one of angst and worry. The world is literally disintegrating around the characters. Today, Kushner's work still seems eerily prescient, especially considering the implications of Trump's White House. But it's Kushner's poetics and his imaginative interplay between these seemingly divided characters that sets Angels apart. Instead of preaching to us about the stigma of AIDS, he leverages it as a part of the internal logic of the story. Look at this scene, which depicts a shared hallucination between Valium-addicted Mormon housewife Harper Pitt and Pryor, who is still wrapping his head around his illness. Harper offers him a completely revelatory idea, an embodiment of hope.
I usually say fuck the truth. But mostly the truth fucks you.
I see something else about you.
Oh.
Deep inside you, there's a part of you, the most inner part, entirely free of disease. I can see that.
Is that... That isn't true.
Threshold of revelation.
Unlike the narratives we've already looked at, Angels distinguishes itself in two key ways. Firstly, it is not just about AIDS or HIV, although it's also a departure from the norm because Pryor is destined to survive this plague. But more importantly, Kushner's story never shies away from the historical, the political, the theological, and even economic issues that Americans faced in 1986, in 1776, in 1906, and in 2016. Especially ironic is Kushner's depiction of Republican power broker Roy Cohn, who is dying from AIDS.
This is politics, Joe. This is the game of being alive. And you think you're what? You think you're above that? Above alive is what? Dead in the clouds. You're on Earth, goddammit. Plant a foot, stay a while.
Homosexual is what I am because I have sex with men. But really, this is wrong. Homosexuals are not men who sleep with other men. Homosexuals are men who in 15 years of trying cannot pass a pissant anti-discrimination bill through city council. Homosexuals are men who know nobody and who nobody knows, who have zero clout. Does this sound like me, Henry? No. No. I have clout. Lots.
There's nothing I can say about this work of art that hasn't already been said. So I'm not going to try to offer any insight about this cinematic experience. What I will say is that the reason I so admire Angels in America is because its underlying premise is an idea that's been buried under the recent political quagmire which was brewing long before 1986. I'm talking about the idea that our history, our politics, our religious beliefs, and our diverse points of view are the very fabric of America.
I'm a Mormon.
I'm a homosexual.
My church, we don't believe in homosexuals.
In my church, we don't believe in Mormons.
What church do you? I get it.
Our various points of view, our greatest triumphs, and our worst mistakes are all part of that fabric, and ultimately, only the citizens of this country can transcend all the noise and make
This
a
disease
connection.
will be the end of many of us, but not nearly all. And the dead will be commemorated, and we'll struggle on with the living, and we are not going away. We won't die secret deaths anymore. The world only spins forward. We will be citizens. The time has come. Bye now.
Hi everyone, this is Christian. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're enjoying the series of video essays as much as I'm enjoying making them. And I also want to let you know about a Kickstarter that I'm running right now for my web series, which is called Unsure Positive. It's a series about living with HIV. I wrote it and I'm directing it, and I'm also actually the star of the show. So please check that out. It is all for free at www.unsurepositive.com. And if you can, please support our Kickstarter for Season 2, which is upcoming, and will be starring me, Danny Pintaro, a bunch of the cast from the last season, and we're really looking forward to getting that off the ground. So if you can help in any way, please kick in, and definitely subscribe to this channel for more information. There will be a 5th part of this video essay series. It's going to feature creators like myself who are also working on stories that center around pause protagonists. So if you're interested in the subject matter, then definitely subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks a lot.